today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they could be well set up for the rest of the year.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So here are the Patriots now backed up a bit to start their first drive. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
James White's first carry. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. The numbers for White a week ago: 18 carries, 127 yards, and a score.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The numbers for Mixon last week: 15 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started. And they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. They face a 3rd down, 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Not much there, only a yard. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. Caught right side, Tate. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 20-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And this is caught at the 8. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. To the air again, Burrow. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Dietrich Wise Jr. able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Flushed out right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could. But let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And his kick is indeed good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up in the Steel City, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And they are nearing halftime with the Steelers out in front. Duke Johnson has found the end zone there. Next, we head off to check out another game. In that game, level, as they take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Baker Mayfield has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man open, that's Harry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll set up a throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, here's White. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw here. He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. On first down, it's White. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like bats, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the 2nd half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Burrow looking to pass. Throw left side complete. It's Boyd. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll move the chains. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back now in Foxborough. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far. 3-3 is our score heading into the 4th.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. From the gun to give to Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, just like last play. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And Burrow going to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. New England trying to get a place on offense. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Going on the ground, it's White. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with White. And he's got some space here. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He completes it right side to White. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Toward the center of
of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. A gain of 6 there on first. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go. On second down now. It's White, and he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now a carry for White. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and run it with White. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And a short gain down to about the 33. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, Mixon. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime, they've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot,
That hurt.
you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Cincinnati, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans
They
to
played
take
like
on
us.
the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew,
Tonight, from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
And no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
12 yards there and a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. A quick slant to Hill. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. Mahomes to throw once more. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. So here come the Patriots now on offense. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
White's numbers from a week ago. 16 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
So, partner, 2 games worth, he's leading the league in rushing, so he's now trending. Is that what they talk about nowadays? You talk about trending? That's what he's doing. He'd like to continue it here in this game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down. They'll drop to throw. That's caught over the middle by Asiasi. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. Now White. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It's going to be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On second down, they'll run with White. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And the Patriots are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
You got to be smarter than that, man. Come on.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he'll take it. To the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Michael Gallup. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board first here tonight. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow the ball carrier.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. They'll run with White. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run for it. This is White. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and score. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, it held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes.
And that's a good job.
The Pets are going to get there. Down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. That's going to set them back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
guy, what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He hits White, complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. 24-10 was your final. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Lamar Jackson, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Patriots to take over. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati, so now trying to make amends. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They start the drive with White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now a pass dropped off here for James White, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, there's a pretty easy explanation for his success in this one. He's very comfortable throwing the football. Did you just see that one? In the pocket, no real pressure, yet to be sacked today. When he's that comfortable, that leads to those types of completions.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's White. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. James White with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And again, it's Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Mahomes going to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Fighting through pressure. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Chris Jones gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game. And that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Mahomes will try again on second down. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one covers 29 yards. First down. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. So the ref makes a call, no touchdown there, wipe it off the board. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And this is going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Caught, Kelsey, left side. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Pats,
today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 14 carries, 73 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 36. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 3rd and short yardage, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll run for it with Cook, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They'll run for the first time now with James White. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught once again by Gallup. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Going on the ground, it's White. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up this short yardage.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Dietrich Wise coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the pass.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And that's complete to the tight end, Devin Asiasi. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Michael Gallup, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings head out to take over once again. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
On 2nd down, Cousins again. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin with a battle of 2 Northeastern squads. Buffalo at Heinz Field to take on Pittsburgh. And that one, a 1-point game at the half. 14-13 is the score. Juju Smith-Schuster, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Baker Mayfield with a touchdown pass. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And right now they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Jarvis Landry, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in this?
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Patriots to take over. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They keep it on the ground. White again.
And he stopped immediately there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Back to throw now on first down.
And that one complete to Keene, the tight end.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now a carry for White.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. They'll set up a throw.
Open man is Asiasi, the tight end.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's White. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 19-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. On the left side, a catch by White. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. On third down, he'll drop to throw. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. .38-yard line, 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Cousins. Incomplete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Cousins to throw it. And that's incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Caught by Snead over the middle. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 30. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To the air again, it's Cousins. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
They'll start the drive with a give to White. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Opting to run again here with White. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
N'Keal Harry was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Michael Gallup, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He'll throw from the gun.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Michael Gallup, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he'll bang that one through. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there.
But it's going to be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Caught right side, it's Snead. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Again, it's Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there, 1st down. They'll throw again. Cousins. What a throw right there.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
K1 short picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
And that is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down.
Now this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground with White. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run from White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for New England, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon.
Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by Josh Rosen, the 10th overall pick taken in 2018 out of UCLA.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 31, Rosen to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think.
mean by that, Purple?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
12 yards there and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
And that's incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
I haven't met a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. Rosen now off the bootleg. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
So here come the Patriots to take over on offense. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And he whips that one incomplete there. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So here are the Browns to take over. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And finding the tight end Hooper. 7 yards, the pickup there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. John Simon that time coming through to make the play. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. K1 Short pushing through there to make the play defensively. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this 1st half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man there complete to Gallup. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 1st down, here's White. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They find some open field here. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
And he'll drop it underneath to White. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 3 last play this time. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Dalton Keene, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Back onto the field comes the offense as we zero in on Josh Rosen. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Dietrich Wise Jr. able to record his 5th sack of the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Open man is born. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Over the middle to Beckham. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Rosen saying, let's go, guys, faster. Clock is running here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where you see the final score there. 21-17, the final score. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. 35-21, the final score.
And there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Patriots to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll run on first down. It's White. It was Jacob Phillips who was able to bring him down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On first down, White. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. White. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Michael Gallup, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted. which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Just like that. Just like that. 57's the mic.
Here's Rosen to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And now it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. And he comes back with one complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath a short pass like that. But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 2nd and 6. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Devin Asiasi there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. This one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side here, taken in by Asiasi, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And this one will be brought back to the 22. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. It's White. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. They'll run on 1st down. It's White. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run with White. Room here to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Don't do us like that.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On second down, they'll run with White. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Ninth play of the drive now on third and a country mile. They'll run with White, finding his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Browns drive about to get started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Patriots, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to